Well, hey guys. Open this mask for my helmet for a little bit. I'm on another range test for my latest wheel, which I'm riding right now, of course. It's my Tesla V2. So I sold my original Tesla when I bought just as it had come out, and I love that wheel. I can't remember how many miles I had on it, 1,300 or something. Which is decent for me, considering I split all my riding among lots of wheels. But anyway, I sold that a couple months back because I wanted to get this wheel came out. Now this is the V2, and it's the latest version of the V2. Gotway's always iterating. And let's see. Well, it's, it's, of course, compared to mine, it's got the speakers, or the speaker, which is rather loud actually, compared to my other speaker wheels from Gotway with two speakers. It puts out a decent amount of volume. And it's got the black pedals, the black hangers. It's got the nice side pads. And I don't know if you can see right now, but I have my flashing light on, which I like to run when I'm running during the day, visibility, particularly when I'm doing like where I'm at right now on a bike path. But it's got that new light that's on the MSP. Basically, it's all I guess it must be the new LED that's on all the Gotway wheels now. It's a super, really intense light. You can definitely tell the difference when you can see it from far away, really far away. It's very intense. So that's a cool upgrade. I just actually noticed that a few days ago. I kind of assumed it was same as the original light, which when that came out with the Tesla I think that was the first very bright light. Very bright light that Gotway'd come out with. But that's not primarily what I wanted this wheel for. It was that this is a wheel from a seller, and I'll put a link below, a Chinese seller that is modding these wheels. And they're modding other wheels too. Basically, they buy them from Gotway without batteries, I'm sure, and then they install their own batteries. It's supposed to be the 21700, Tesla batteries. Basically, no one knows whether they're used batteries or new. I don't know. In a way, I don't care, as long as they work, right? And but it's got 1480 watt hours of power compared to the 1020 of the standard Tesla. And I'm a range guy. I love to go on long rides, and I could never really take my Tesla on group rides and stuff like that because of the small battery. But now I think I probably can. So the other day, I took this on my first long ride with a few other guys. We went up into the mountains and climbed over 6,000 feet. I think, according to my log, 6,035 feet, 42 miles. It was kind of a round out and back type ride, and I had 33% battery after all said and done. Now my previous Tesla, if I had the wind on my back, I could squeak out about 40 miles, I think. So, and considering all the altitude gain I did with that, I was pretty impressed. There is a bit of risk with this wheel because it's normally I buy all my wheels from e-wheels, but of course they're not selling this wheel. It's only from that particular Chinese dealer who's modifying them. So you know, I'm on my own if something happens to this. Again, I normally buy my wheels from e-wheels, but sometimes if you want a particular wheel and your dealer of choice doesn't sell it, then you have to go elsewhere, right? You know, so that is a risk. Apparently the BMS is of lower quality, and there's not a BMS per battery. There's one BMS that's shared between the batteries. But I'm not the only one who's got this wheel. Other people have been riding it, no problems, and we'll see how it goes. But so far I'm kind of loving the range. So today is, you know, maybe of limited value to a lot of you because you have no intention of getting this wheel. But there might be a few of you out there who are interested in what happens. I'm hoping I get, you know, about 50 miles basically, actually, with this. Normally I wouldn't get that on the bigger Gotways, but this is a 16-inch wheel, 2¼ inch wide. So it's the old style narrow wheels. Yeah. So it should get better mileage just because of that. Oh, and so I weighed myself with all my gear, everything I'm riding with right now, and my riding weight is 175 pounds. Believe it or not, I got about 22 pounds of stuff on me. I've been losing weight since the beginning of the year. So today's basically I weigh about 152 pounds right now. But yeah, 22, 23 pounds worth of gear. So all you guys who say, oh, I weigh 180 pounds, just keep in mind all the stuff you put on. You know, if I had a backpack, I'd obviously even be higher. So, but anyway, 175 pounds. It's pretty consistent with all my older rides where I weighed more. But like I'm wearing this Liat vest, hard vest, that adds a bit more stuff. So anyway, I will drop in periodically and let you know how my range is doing, and talk about a few various things. See you in a bit. Well, I'm about 80% battery and about 9 miles into the ride. Just wanted to reiterate what I do in all my range tests for the last couple of years anyway, as I do the same route. So I'm doing the same route that you've seen me on other range tests. The only change up this time is I'm doing it backwards, just to add some variety. I don't think I've actually ever done this full loop that I do in reverse. So it is interesting. By the way, something to do. Some of you guys, you know, take particular routes a lot. Do it backwards sometimes. It gives your ride a totally new dimension. It almost feels like it's a different ride because you know you're just not used to the same landmarks the way you see them. So there's that. I do the same basic route for consistency, and then I try and do the same speed, approximate. You know, there's no way to duplicate the conditions for every different range tests I do, but generally I keep my speeds between 18 and 22 miles an hour, mostly 18 to 20. Like right now, I was going 21. You know, but mostly I've been kind of popping up about 20 miles an hour generally. You know, there might be a couple places where I might peak 24, 25 if I have to speed up to get around some bicyclists or something like that. But yeah, so that's it. So I get very consistent. I just think it's a meaningful range test. When I compare all the different wheels I do, if I'm doing the same route, same speeds, etc. I'm in Southern California. Temperatures don't change that much. Probably the lowest temperature I've ever actually run a range test would be maybe 65, and then 80, something like that. Pretty moderate temperatures. And yeah, so I will talk to you again in a little while. About 16 miles into the ride, 67% under load, upwards, 75% when I'm resting. Been riding past this thing for how many years, and still not sure what it is. Some kind of industrial process. I don't think that pit is natural. Anyway, great ride. So I'm not sure if I mentioned what day it is. I don't know. It's June 27th. And I'm doing an early morning ride. I want to do more morning rides. Sunrise. See the sun coming up. Of course, right now we're experiencing June gloom. This is typical. It'll be all gloomy, cloudy. Even sometimes it's so, the humidity is so high, at some points it's a little drizzle. But then by late morning, mid-afternoon, something like that, quite often it'll be blue skies. And usually happens around June time frame. We're still in June. So yeah, this is a early morning ride for me. It's kind of nice. It's a Saturday, by the way. So I'm coming up on this will be the high point of the ride, because I'm going up from south, you could say from the Pacific Ocean direction up towards the mountains. So it's a steady incline. I forget how many feet total this ride has. Might be 300-400 feet of climb. So up ahead is a dam, Santa Fe Dam, and you guys who've been watching my videos, I've seen that dam a lot. This is a very popular route that I'm on for bicyclists too. So I don't know if you can see it up ahead, but it's it's a little bit of a climb to get up to the top of it, but then it's I don't know, it's just a few miles long. You can ride on top of the dam. It's just gorgeous pavement. If I weren't doing a range test, that's a really fun place to just put on the gas and really move quick. But I won't be racing any bicyclists today. All right, see you in a bit. Well, here I am on the top of the dam. Lots of people out and about. It's a very popular place to walk and ride and Just get out and exercise. I'm doing my anti-exercise part. Hey, I want to talk about the veteran a little bit here. So again, this is 27th June, Saturday, and I'm sure everyone has seen all the videos from New York City. And everyone murders his name, Hassan. You know, I'm sorry. I gotta hear him pronounce his name, but all you guys know, he's the one that had the veteran from E-Wheels. And entertaining videos. And I think he's got a few more in the can, maybe he's gonna be putting out. Anyway, he sent it off to me yesterday. And FedEx says it will be dropping it off Thursday morning. So that's cool. It's going to start a week of testing on my part. Can't wait. So of course, I'm going to leave all the crazy stuff to the New York guys. And my testing will be a little more on the sedate side of things, as many of you who follow me know. I'm going to be doing range tests. I got some cool routes planned. I'm going to do this, what I'm doing right now, except double. It's a bigger loop that I've never been able to do on any given wheel, but I think the veteran will be the first wheel you can do it on. It'll be a 90 plus mile loop. So I'll be doing that. I'm going to be taking up in the mountains. I'm gonna do a 4,500 foot trail climb. No roads, just trails, climbing 4,500 feet up to I don't know, 6,000 feet, something like that, and come down. So kind of a sense of, you know, regenerative capabilities and charging and all kinds of fun stuff. I'm going to show it off to let some local riders test it out, and I actually am going to do some speed testing. I'm not going to do them, but we do have, believe it or not, there are some speed freaks in in Southern California, and so there's been a few guys who have volunteered to help me. So we're going to go down to the bottom one of the Los Angeles rivers. We have just beautiful cement, smooth cement, and you can ride far and fast, and you don't have to worry about hitting anything, hitting any people. So I'll be doing some of that too. We'll get some more speed numbers out of that. But for me, it's mostly interest in how it rides, the range I'm going to be able to get, how comfortable it is to ride at my speeds. Maybe 25, and I'm excited about it. I have mine. Mine is in the queue to get mine from E-Wheels, along with many other people. It's a hot seller, I think, even before it's been released. So anyway, that's on the plate for me. So keep an eye on my channel. In about a week from now, you'll be seeing veteran videos for about a week, and then I'm not sure where it goes from me. Maybe Chooch. All right, let's see, how am I doing now? I'm at 61% battery and about 20 miles. See you in a bit. I'm on the section of the route down on the side streets. I don't know, this goes on for, I'm guessing 7-8 miles or something like that. But it's a nice, it's one of these routes where there's a big bike lane, and then where there's not a bike lane, they dedicated one of the roads. In California anyway, they have these symbols on the road with a bicycle. So that means you're legally, you can ride in that lane, and cars have to put up with you. So that's nice. So I'm at about 24 miles, and let's see, 55% battery under load. Going about 18 miles an hour right this moment. So I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm probably gonna get close to 50 miles. It's looking really good. It's really nice riding in the morning. Most of my rides, most of the time I'm still kind of waking up about this time. It's like 8:20 right now. And it is nice to get out and about early like this before the world is fully woken up. I want to do more of this actually. I like to do some sunrise rides. All right, I will see you in a bit. Get through this intersection here. Well, I ran through some rain. Well, I guess heavy drizzle or heavy fog, something like that, enough to get myself fairly wet. Oh well. But looks like that's it for the day, clearing out. So I'm on the southern section now, heading back towards home. 48% battery under load. Feel optimistic about making it. And it'll be all trails like this the rest of the way. So up ahead is beginning of the Rio Hondo River, and I'll show you in a moment. I'll show you the section that I think we'll be doing some of the speed runs with the veteran. Show you that in a bit. Okay, to my right here is the beginning of the Rio Hondo River, which I know is kind of odd that the beginning of a river is a wall, but that's LA Rivers for you. Okay, good to show you it here in a second. And some of you may have seen some of this from some of my other videos, but here you can see on my right, huge expanse of cement. And beautiful conditions. No potholes, no people. If something goes wrong, goes on for miles. But I think right down here is where we can do some of the testing, and it'll be a great spot. And there's other riverbeds that would work too, but for some reason this one seems like a potentially good spot. So I guess we'll see, or you'll see where I end up going in about a week. Well, I am about 35 miles into the ride and about 35% battery under load. I'm going about 18-19 miles an hour right now. So, still optimistic I'll make it home. Don't think I'm going to make 50 miles today, but I'm still pretty happy with the range I'm getting. Obviously, there's no way I could have done this with my with the standard Tesla. Dodging rabbits. I love that. Rabbits, they always run across the trail. You never know what they're gonna do. Never hit one yet, though. The longer you do this, there's always a first. All right, see you in a bit. Well, I'm getting closer to the end, and I'm about 43 miles. And I don't know, 18-20%, something like that. So I have a confession to make. This is the second time I've done this ride. So the first time, yesterday, had some problems. I had some audio-visual technical issues that I didn't realize until I started reviewing some of my footage. So that sucks. That doesn't happen very often to me, but it happens. And then, so I really needed to redo the ride. It gives me a good chance to test the consistency of the ride, right? Well, the second problem is I had a flat. So about probably, I don't know, 15 miles, well, 35 miles into the ride, something like that. I think I rode over something, and it wasn't a puncture type wound to the tire, like a nail or a thorn. This is more like I rode over maybe a piece of glass or something like that, because it was a slicing cut, and I slime all my tires, but slicing cuts are the worst. In terms of they're the hardest for one of those something like slime to repair. And it was working. Slime was definitely working, but not fully. So I ended up having to fill the tire in some low power beeps going up that hill there. So I had to fill the tire 5 times to get home in a period of about 15 miles maybe, which obviously added a lot of time and I think I was the tire pressure obviously wasn't like, right now I'm riding about 45ish. There, even when I was filling it up, I think I was quitting at maybe 35 psi. So yesterday when I did this, I got 45 miles essentially getting home on lots of beeps, and I forget what, at 5% or something, pretty low value. Well, I'm definitely doing better today. Probably do 40, well, we'll see, 48 miles maybe. That just goes to show you that tire pressure does have an effect. So regarding slime, it was getting better, you know, by the 5th time it was getting better, but it was still leaking a little bit. But essentially by the end of the day yesterday, when it was sitting, and certainly by today, nothing was coming, because you could see that it was real easy to find the puncture, because you could see slime leaking out of the tire. No, nothing was leaking since yesterday. Pumped the tire up to 45 yesterday, and it's been good all day today. So another example of slime saving the day for me. I won't have to patch this tube. So I still stand by slime. And if I didn't have slime yesterday, there's no way I would have made it home, because it was a good puncture. All right, so I will talk to you next when I'm actually on the end of the ride, and I can't go much farther. We'll see what kind of miles I got this time. But yesterday I was beeping kind of continuously at this point. See you in a bit. Alright guys, well, I'm going to be wrapping it up here. As you can hear, I'm pretty much on a constant beeps. I'm going about 15 miles an hour, 10% battery, and I'm at over 48 miles right now. Be about 48 and a half when I wrap it up. I feel pretty confident I could get 50 miles from it actually, and I'm not, it's not unbearable. I mean, I'm going 15 miles an hour, right? So it is a 50-mile wheel. That's cool. So again, there'll be a link down below where I bought this. If you want a 50-mile Tesla and you're willing to take some risk, go for it. Risk being, warranty, that kind of stuff. I've fast charged it 3 times now, no issues there. So that's cool. 45-mile wheel, like no issues, having fun 20 miles an hour for most of the way, and but 50 miles without being unbearably slow, easy. All right guys, I hope this was useful, interesting to at least some of you. And see you in a little bit with some veteran Sherman videos. See you guys later.